Omicron jumped from humans to mice way back in early 20.
Yeah, right, all. So that's Dr. John Campbell. I just thought I'd show his face for anyone who didn't know who he was. And this is a comment from Bo Shavit about the Dr. Campbell video that came out that was taken down by YouTube is correct. The one about the recent mice experiments from that attacks the brain that was developed in a lab. They killed all the mice. And when he said that bit about attacking the brain, it links something in my brain to this movie here.
Scan normal.
A horrifying new development today.
New data confirms the virus attacks the brain tissue. New data confirms the virus attacks the brain tissue.
Whoa, I'm immune!
Anyway, so that's from the movie Songbird. It came out during 2020, during Divic-19, and well, you can see the link there. I can't find the video obviously to Dr. John Campbell talking about this apparent thing that attacks your brain tissues, but yeah, again, predictive programming, you always get the truth in the movies of what's coming up. So and also this geezer here, just imagine one of them migrants in the hotels given a uniform. However, like I said before, positivity, they're probably not that good soldiers. You know, if you know your area. Got on a little tangent here, but say for example Belper's a really good example, not far from Derby. The owners of a Lion Hotel, I don't know them, but they haven't rented their hotel out to these people. Belper, you don't really see any Muslims, you don't really see any Africans. It's very much a white British town. I'm using Belper as an example. Suffolk's another good example. Norfolk's an example. There are loads of examples across the country, so it's not all going to go to plan as these people hope. It's also worth mentioning that the nearest migrant hotels, to say Belper as an example, is Derby. So like the Midland Hotel, Station Hotel, they're going to be focusing on the city if this transpires as I'm thinking it might do. You know, where they get deployed across the city. There's not even that many of them really when you think about the size of the city. They're not going to be going up and down the A6 really, are they? So the A6. So say for example, the A6 could easily turn into like a bandit road, couldn't it? You know, if things start to go really wrong in this country, it goes into like a civil unrest. Right, the A6 is perfect. You've got all these big mountains and valleys and hills and woods. You could easily have bandits in there, like blocking off the roads. You know, like I'm not talking about the migrants here. I'm talking about the native population. You know, the people who didn't take part in the procedure. It's perfect. You know, up and down the A6, it's a perfect road between from around about just after Duffield, around Milford, all the way up until Buxton. You know, it's great, and you know, with regards to Suffolk, I mean, the vast majority of Suffolk is just completely rural, untouched countryside, really. Rendlesham Forest, you could easily get yourself lost in there. It's, you know, like say for example, if you lived in Orford, for example, the nearest migrant hotel to you, and I'm using the migrant hotel thinking that they're soldiers that have been brought here, well, the nearest one to you is probably Ipswich. It'd take ages to get to you, and then you could block off the country roads. So again, you know, positivity again. You know, it's not all going to go to plan as these people want it to. They haven't got enough numbers here, I don't think. Even if you think the migrant hotels, you know, there's not that many of them really, and compared to the native population that's living in the cities still. So basically, we still outnumber them. So, bit of, you know, think positively. And if you look here with the lady here with the mask on, they've had to disable the comments. So that should give you, you know, a bit of optimism. They've had to disable the comments because they know they're going to get pounded with people who just don't buy it anymore, and they're telling them to F off with a face mask, and they're not going to buy it all over again. So, you know, a bit of optimism there. The migrants in the hotels, like I said before, they're reliant on European men who prop up this civilization with, you know, maintaining the roads, putting roadblocks in place. It's all maintained, 90% of it, by European men. You know, we built this country at the end of the day. So there's nothing to say this is all going to go smoothly like these tyrants who are meeting up in Davos want right now. So that's it. Ta.